Hello everybody, welcome back to Ghostly French Toast, and today we're doing a lore video, kind of? Not really, it's more of a speculation lore video. More of like a theory or hypothesis, maybe? I don't know. Today I'm looking at, would, Isshin the Sword Saint have been able to push back the Interior Ministry after the events of Sekiro? So, enough dawdling around, let's dive on in. So this is a question I thought of when the first time I finished Sekiro. Like, the Interior Ministry came back as like, hey, we're gonna take over Ashina, all that kind of spiel, and it looks like they were working until Genichiro was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull an Uno reverse card on you and summon my great grandfather by basically making him crawl out of my neck, which I still like, dude. That doesn't really make sense, but like lore wise it does, but like. You could have just, I don't know, done something else maybe? I don't know, it's a wild game. So to summarize what happened, at the end of the game, the Interior Ministry basically seizes Ashina, because it's the Isshin before he got revived died, and the Interior Ministry sees that it's weakened, so they make their final attack onto Ashina. And Genichiro sees that Ashina is doomed, and basically summons his grandfather by cutting himself with Open Gate, which is a blade that can revive people from the Netherworlds, which is basically hell. And he revives his grandfather, Isshin the Sword Saint, in his prime form, in his bathrobe prime glory, and kicks our asses until you beat him. And I'm just thinking, what if we weren't there to basically stop Isshin, or if we died? What would have happened? And I'm taking out Sekiro. I'm basically keeping the events of the story the same, but I'm taking out the ending where we have to fight Isshin. And Isshin dies. I'm saying, could Isshin have pushed back the Interior Ministry? And to give my overall honest opinion, I do believe that. Because the thing I've realized with the Interior Ministry, they've realized the weakness of fire to Ashina, because look at Ashina's defenses. What's it called? The Guardian, not Guardian Ape. God dang it, the Ogre. He's really weak to fire, and they see that and they capitalize on that weakness. But the thing with Ashina, they were prepared for this, and they got a ton of ogres going around, and we see this no better than in Ashina Castle itself. When you jump down to the first level, you can see an ogre basically taking on two of the grunts, and it takes on with ease. And that's just an ogre, but now we're talking about Isshin, who has the power to basically control God himself. Just kidding, but like, he's a very powerful, he's a sword saint, and if you don't know what a sword saint is, it's basically a very good swordsman, like some of the best in all of Japan when this era took place. And I do believe he could have pushed back. If he was able to defeat Sekiro, who's basically defeated Genichiro, one of the most highly trained warriors in all of Ashina, I do believe Isshin could have done it. And the thing with Isshin, he's already basically staged a coup before and was able to topple a nation. And I do believe he could have done it again, because there was some attacks of the Interior Ministry over time, and Isshin was able to dispose of him quickly. And that when he was in his prime, but now he was older, right? And he was still taking out the rats and all them, but he was getting old. You can tell this by the dialogue in the snake shrine at the outskirts of Ashina Castle. He was getting old and he couldn't do this anymore. And then at the end we know he died. But this is Isshin in his prime. He's about to take names and kick ass. He's not sparing any mercy, and I do believe he could have done it if Sekiro wasn't there to stop him, because we do know that he was kind of immortal, maybe? I don't know, or because you had to use the Mortal Blade to kill him. You can do damage to him, right? But he's like Guardian Ape. He can't die. He's kind of immortal, kind of not. Kind of rejuvenating waters, maybe? I don't know. It's completely wild. But I do believe, overall, since Isshin is in his prime, and we see that he does have a fucking spear and a fucking gun that can the Glock 9000 on you. I do believe Isshin could push back the Interior Ministry, just because the Interior Ministry has no idea what Isshin was like in his prime. They kind of do, kind of not, but like, they should be worried because they thought Isshin would grow old, so they didn't really think about Isshin. They thought about Isshin as prime. And even Owl basically says that in the short ending. He's like, only a few can think of defeat Isshin, but you can still defeat him. But in his prime, though, I don't know, man. It's kind of a wild speculation. A game theory, if you want to call it. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time on Ghostly French Toast. Bye.